Welcome to the Infill Podcast, where we interview the most interesting members of the 3D printing and maker communities, live and with audience participation. And now, here is your host, Jonathan Levy.
Hello, and welcome everyone. Welcome back to another episode. As you can tell, if you're watching the video episode, I am at family, so I apologize for the lighting and video quality. We have a really exciting guest today, a very, very dear friend of mine and a friend of the show. Before we get into him and his intro, allow me to thank our first sponsor, Octo Everywhere, and talk a little bit about them. As you can see, all my printers are currently shut down because I'm traveling. So I just want to tell you guys a little bit about Octo Everywhere and some of the cool stuff you can do with it. I've told you guys in the past about how you can remotely print directly from within your slicer, manage your slicer or manage your printer in the device tab from your printers. But did you know that they now also support Elegoo, Octoprint, and Bamboo Lab, allowing you to remotely monitor those prints and use their built-in AI. I've got a printer from one of those brands coming in the next couple of days, and I'm really excited that I'm going to be able to leave it here at my parents' house in California and remotely send them prints every time my parents need something 3D printed. Thanks to the magic of Octo Everywhere and secure tunneling, you can sign up for free and manage your first printer for free for life, or get a $25 credit on a multi-printer plan using the link in the description. So thank you to Octo Everywhere. On to our guest today. You guys know him, you guys love him. He is Nadir from CN3D, part of a two-man team designing all kinds of upgrades for open source printers such as Sovol, Creality, and much, much more. I've been working on a toolchanger build with him for the better part of a year now. But the goal of today's episode is just to learn about him, his background, how he got into 3D printing, and some of the very exciting collaborations and projects that he is working on with some of the top brands in open source 3D printing. Nadir, welcome, my friend. How are you?
Hello, and thank you for having me.
It is my absolute
Good to see
pleasure,
you.
man. Again,
Good to see you
most
again.
people probably don't know that Nadir visited myself and Jacques in Tel Aviv not too long ago, and we hung out for a week, so that was very, very cool. You made a cameo in one of our recent videos. But before we get into our shared projects and everything, I want to hear a little bit of background about you. Who are you? And how did you get into 3D printing? When did you get into 3D printing?
Okay, so my name is Nadir. This is why I'm only going by Nadir, to don't repeat myself. I have an automotive background. I tune cars by day and tune printers by night. What else? I got in 3D printing in 2015. One friend of mine brought a 3D printer to our shop, and we was printing. I have a video on Instagram. We was printing a keychain with our tuning company logo. Then in 2018, I brought my first 3D printer, and I still have it.
Wow.
And I jump started a 3D printing journey in 2021.
What was your first 3D printer?
And my first 3D printer was a clone of a Wanhao i3. It is called Milan 150. And even that it was a clone of Wanhao, it was having some upgrades.
Yes. That's crazy. And somehow, despite how bad 3D printers were in those days, you weren't scared away by it and stuck around till 2021. And then it sounds like during COVID is when you got really serious about 3D printing as well.
Yes, I spent my most of the COVID period in Tenerife, and when I came back, I had a down period, let's say, and I moved back from my parents' house, and we had to solve it, and I was very down. And one day I saw the 3D printer in front of me, and I said, okay, let's see how I can make it print again. And all the bearings they were leaked, and it was jammed, and I said okay, and I dismantled it. I went and bought the parts that I didn't. And one day I was looking, all my living area was full of boxes, and the small 3D printer, it was in a very big living spread. And I was looking at it, and will I be able to put it back again? And that started the whole journey, and the boosted it gave me the boost that I needed to get back on track, because I
Yeah.
was in a very low um, period
That's
of my life.
touching. That's touching. Sometimes I think to myself, like, with my background and talents, should I be doing more? Something that's more impactful to save the world, to solve, the climate crisis. And then I try to remind myself that 3D printing, it's not just a hobby. It's a really impactful technology, both individually in people's lives. I hear every day from people who are like, this hobby has given me so much, but also just in terms of the things that people then go on to do with 3D printing. So it's touching to hear like 3D printing pulled you out of a dark place. You, like
Yes,
myself, have no background in engineering, actual engineering, like mechanical engineering, correct? What's your educational
true.
background?
Software, e- how to say it, marketing, IT marketing, something like this.
Right. Right. So tell me
But
about
more
that
IT than marketing.
process. Like, and we should mention
Uh,
at this point, you have a partner, Christian, who's very heavy
yes,
CAD and design.
yes.
Tell us from 2021 to the point now. Take us along that journey, and then I'll
The
brag
long
about you a little bit.
in 2021, at the end of 2021, the Voron, it was booming, and I was tuning my printer, and I still have some prints with the, even that they was printing with back in the day with Marlin firmware. They were very good quality prints, and for that period, 120, 140 millimeters per second, it was a very big goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to find someone to put my ideas in my um, because I am applying to 3D printing a lot from my automotive background, because I like to not to buy the most expensive, to buy the uh, to to make from something small, to improve it further without spending a lot. This is the idea. So performance driven, cost efficient, and I wanted someone that I can speak with him and tell him what I want to do, because I didn't have the CAD skills to do it myself. But I wanted someone that it is involved in 3D printing, because not every CAD guy that he knows very good CAD, he can design or can think how to make a model for 3D printing.
Right. Right.
And
Absolutely.
and this is the whole idea is like this: be careful what you wish for, because you will get it. And I was wishing to know this guy, and one day I bought an Ender 6, and I was going like a Craigslist, a website in Romania. And before buying the Ender 6, I saw that one guy, he was selling a hot end. After I bought the printer, I was going to buy that hot end, and it wasn't anymore there. And I searched a lot, and I found another hot end, and it was listed, because I have a very good image memory imaging. And I saw that the name that was listed, it was the same. So I called him. Hey, do you still have that? Yes, I have it. Okay, and we negotiated. I told him to send it to me. 5 minutes later, he called me. What printer are you installed this? And I told him Ender 6. Oh, I have an Ender 6 as well. And he sold me total different thing. He sold me something else that he brought and he tuned to be used, modified to be used on Ender 6. And this is how we started. And we are 4 years later designing upgrades for 3D printers now.
That's awesome. I'd love to hear you describe in your words what CN3D is, that this partnership that you and Christian have formed. How do you view it?
C in 3D. Okay, so C in 3D.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not
not the
only
name, not the
Christian and
name,
Nadir,
right?
not only Christian and Nadir. It's our vision in 3D, and he's the engineering behind. He's the mastermind, the CAD wizard, and I am the tester and the guy with the whip. You have to do this.
You're the perfectionist,
And,
as I can attest, of like it has to
yes,
be this way and it has to do this, yeah. But would you describe it as like a design house for open source upgrades? Is that a fair way to describe kind of what you're building?
yes, we can do this as well. We have, you know what, we have designed until now 3 projects. One is sitting here behind me, full 3D printers, but we didn't publish yet this is for sure my fault, because as you said, I am perfectionist, and sometimes I wanted to be more than perfect for the first time. And what?
I think it's your wife commenting that you're both
Yes, 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 yes.
perfectionists. Yeah.
Yes, we are
Hi,
both.
Alexandra.
If someone it will listen a phone call between me and Christian, it will say,
I
okay,
have.
these two guys, they will kill each other now.
Yeah.
But we are like this for more than 4 years, and I love him like my brother. And I look, CN3D is nothing without him or without me. We are
Totally.
both in this equally involved.
Totally.
So,
And what's
yes.
the vision? Because we've talked about this before, and I've mentioned before, you know, on various videos where like your goal is to be full time in this. You want to focus on this full time.
Yes.
And at the same time, open
Yes.
source is difficult. So you guys are doing more and more partnerships. I think is an interesting and
Yes.
exciting way, because we know, I won't name names, but we know a lot of the open source projects are not financially sustainable.
Sure.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before many times, even if they sell products. So what's the vision going forward? This is kind of a tough question, but what's the vision going forward of how you guys can do this and become full-time, both because it's your dream, but also because the community clearly benefits? I mean, you guys have many thousands, tens of thousands of downloads of your models. Talk to me a bit about this model that you're innovating, because I think it's interesting to explore for those who do want to become full-time in 3D printing.
Good thing. You know that in some days, the thing that it didn't stop us to do this and to continue to do this, it was the thousand of messages from people that they said, thank you for this upgrade, thanks to this and that, now I can solve my biggest problems, thank you for your support. It was the thing that kept us going, because on a financial we we cannot support our expenses and our because first of all, I'm not alone. Second of all, we have we have a lot of fixed expenses every month to can sustain this. And as you said, in the open source community, because in the last year, from January we started. No, yes, in January we started, but fully it was from February. Fully open source everything that we do, and our sales went like this, for sure. We are 46% down on income.
Wow. And is that, I mean, part of that is because you guys build upon open source designs, and so there is the restriction, but you guys also have fully original designs. Why open source those?
Because the main idea that we started like this. We are not selling. We have a member tier where our members can benefit from support or early access, and we are giving also the things that they are not based on open source model, also for free, because I know how it is to want to do something but to don't have the possibility to do it. And for someone, $3 maybe it's more than he can afford for that moment. But what I said, and I am saying this to all my friends and everyone who I am talking to, I am like this, and also I am making this. If, let's say, I will give Orca Slicer as an example, because Orca Slicer gave me 10 minutes faster time, not only because it was printed faster, because I had everything laid, and I improved my final product. I went straight and I donated to Orca Slicer, because it's even, and I think that this mindset, it should be applied even more, if that from that benefit you are selling for something.
If you're running a print farm, for example.
Yes, for
I agree.
Okay, the project is open source. You can it's free. You can use it. But if did you make something or did improve on you, it's $3, nothing more.
Right. I agree with you, and I've been really vocal about trying to change that culture in open source. Open source, I mean, it doesn't have to mean use it for free. It does have to mean share what you build upon. You build on the shoulders of giants. But this culture of, oh, well, it's open source, I shouldn't pay for it, right? Look at Blender, right? Like, most people don't pay for Blender. Blender is therefore supported by huge companies. But it's like, why is that the culture that if I use Blender, fine, I shouldn't pay whatever, Fusion is. I think it's like $350 a year or something. But why isn't the culture like, hey, there's a recommended donation of $3 a month if you're using Blender religiously and especially if you're a small animator, maybe working on Fiverr, doing gigs and making your living. To me, that it's not okay to earn money off of someone's open source work and not contribute back regularly.
Yes, but you know what? I want to add also something. If you cannot afford that $3, send him a message.
Totally. And that's especially we talk a lot about precious plastics, right? And they're working with the developing world, and they're raising 1.5 million euros right now. A lot of the people using precious plastics, open source recycling designs cannot afford flat out to give $5, or don't have international bank, they don't have PayPal in Tanzania. I think they do, but you get my point.
Yes.
Fine. But then go on the forums and help other people. That's worth it too, right? If
Spread
someone
word.
can save you and Christian an hour a week because they're in your Discord group helping other people, that's also a way to contribute. I want us to get away from this take mentality. And people tell me that's a dangerous idea. It's a slippery slope. I don't think it is, right? I don't think it's a dangerous idea to say you cannot take from something, anything, without giving back in some way. You're working on an interesting model that I want to talk about, which is partnerships with companies. And I've been thinking a lot about it. So you now have partnerships with Funsor.
Yes.
Can I say? Why don't you say them all? Because I don't know which ones are public yet.
Most of them, they are not public yet.
Okay.
But we are partners with, and I can say partners because they also support our work.
Right.
Sometimes by sending products. Okay, I am calling them. I have this idea, and can you support me bring it to life? And thanks to the community that they also back us. The big companies, they support us as well. So another big company that we are working with, it's LDO. And by the way, thank you LDO and thank you Jason. You are an awesome guy. And later on this, we are also partnering with Big Tree Tech, and we are in working to develop. Is not the community knows we are working to develop something good for the nebula. It's taking a little bit more than it should be, but
Right.
this is like.
And what do those partnerships look like? I mean, what does that look like as a model for other open source designers?
So if you have an idea like we had with this is the
Yep. Yep.
MMX. We call it the MMX6 because it has 6 colors, and it's an improvement over the first release of the MMX. You can send an email to one of the companies that you want to work with and tell them your vision, what it is, and if they can hop on. And they have like they feel if a project is viable or not.
Right.
And sometimes they have the balls to sustain you even that you are not still there.
Right. Well, and LDO is notorious in a good way for
Yes.
doing that, right? For finding an open source project
Yes.
like the positron and saying we have the resources not just to manufacture it and source it, but also we're going to put engineers behind it and pick up the ball and run with it, which I think is really important. You know, I've been thinking since you visited Tel Aviv, I've been thinking a lot about, and I pitched this to some of the brands that you don't yet work with, where it's like Pininfarina, right? You have Ferrari, but and Bugatti and a lot of these companies, and a lot of times they need fresh ideas and thinking, especially with design, right? Because companies tend to get into a rut of design and design iterative, what's it called? Evolutionary, not revolutionary design. And that's where a company like Pininfarina comes in. They're like what Ernst & Young, or what's the big consulting firm? What McKinsey does for strategy, Pininfarina does for design. You bring in someone else with fresh perspective and say, this is what we want to achieve. And I'm just thinking to myself, like so many of these companies, I mean, Sovol's doing a great job, Creality's doing a great job, right? Building on open source ideas and in some cases contributing back. But I'm trying to get, what I'm trying to see happen is these companies reach out to members of the open source community like you guys, like Armored Turtle, and actually involve you in the design process, right? So take their resources and manufacturing capability, and you guys getting involved in saying, hey, we know the customer base better than anyone because we are the customer base. And
Exactly.
just imagine what it would have looked like as an example if the Armored Turtle team had been involved when Anycubic was designing the Ace Pro. So I think that's pretty interesting. I think it's an interesting model.
It is, and I was very, very happy when I saw your your video, maybe almost 1 year ago, when you were pitching to don't make another proprietary slicer, take
Right.
Orca, invest what you was investing, maybe half that you was investing to develop a new
Right.
slicer in this open project, and it will be even better for. I want to say hello to some from the chat, and especially
Yeah.
for to Dr. Lair. It is one of our supporters from the beginning. It's a member for
Amazing.
more than 1 year. And thank you,
Amazing.
brother. You help us a lot. Also, it
Amazing.
is one of our tester, and it's a fellow Romanian.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is interesting to, to any companies out there, and I've been pushing for this as well, is like, yeah, they have design resources, but I think I mean, first of all, you guys have become a brand, at least in open source, among the Sovol community, the Voron community. I think more and more people are starting to recognize your designs and your aesthetics. So I think it's an interesting vision in the same way that it's like Voron X LDO to say like, hey, this is Sovol X CN3D. I think that's very interesting, right? To have collaboration designs in the same way that Pininfarina has a little badge on the side of the Ferrari models that they've worked on. Because let's be real, and this is something we've talked about ad nauseum on the show. I don't want to go into it too much more, but open source doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately, because of the culture
No.
currently. You guys are also developing your own products, though.
Yes, we
I don't
have.
know how much of that is public.
You put not much, but you put your hands on one of our hotel.
Yes, I haven't played with it.
And
but I wonder, is that a sustainable model, right? If you had 10 products like that and you were selling 200 of them a month each, even then, would that be sustainable?
I don't know for sure now, but a little bit from here, a little bit from here, a little bit from here, they will add up for sure. They will add up. Yeah. And also another thing, you cannot support, but at least use our affiliate links. You have also.
Oh my God, yes, yeah, that's huge.
Okay, because I have some guys on the Discord from our community, and thank you again for the amazing community that we built together. And they are saying, hey Nadir, I want to buy something. Do you have an affiliate link for this product? And this it was how to say, a good thing to see, and I am glad that we managed to bring quality members around our community. They are a lot of others that they don't support us because they didn't understand us. And when I wanted to say they don't support us, I want to say they don't agree with us, because as you said, I came from Middle Eastern approach. Yeah. This is who I am. This is what I built, and they get afraid, or they get
people are suspicious.
I don't know what suspicious. Okay, but I came. Look, this is what I made. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but let's test it together. And when I put something behind a paywall, I didn't put it behind the paywall. I put it, maybe yes, in the beginning when I started, yes, but after we are putting it first for members. You have to wait 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can get it for free. And also, when after the 2 or 3 weeks, you will get also the others members that they tested a feedback from, and maybe you will get an improved version.
Right. Yeah, I want to touch on that really quickly. I do need to thank our other sponsor for the episode, talking about paying the bills, and that's PCB way. So a lot of times if you are prototyping designs and you need to get something made, for example, you're designing a cool extruder, PCB way can machine it for you, they can CNC it, or they can metal 3D print it for you, but they can do much, much more than that. Pretty much any fab technology that's legal, they can do for you. And I use them all the time, whether it's for some metal 3D printing that I need done or CNC work that I need done. I've never had a bad experience with them. In fact, I always have phenomenal experiences with them, and I've never heard of anyone having a bad experience with them. So definitely check them out. I love them. They're phenomenal people to work with on a personal level and on a professional level. And I know, Nadir, you also have worked with them, and they've helped you in your design process of, prototyping. Yes. There you go, PCB way. I think, you brought it up. I wasn't going to get into it, but there has been misunderstandings between you and other open source design teams, also between some of the manufacturers where you're promoting your upgrade designs. Because people aren't sure, they don't get it. They think you're trying to make money off of this whole thing.
No.
Which, to be fair, you are trying to transition to you want this to be the way you support your family, and I respect that.
I don't want to make money off them. I want to make money with them.
That's a nice distinction.
Because they will sell their products and I will sell my upgrade, and together it will be a boom package. I am not copying. I am not selling what they sell already. I am not taking their piece of bread from their head.
Exactly. And that's the thing.
But I am putting a little bit of butter on their piece of bread to the final customer.
You see, I think that's a nice explanation and way of approaching it. And I think people have to understand, right? Like, let's take in the case of a printer manufacturer, right? It's not an indictment of their product for you to come and say, we improved the tool head. Oh, my light just died. It's not an indictment for you to come and say, hey, we improved the tool head, it gets better flow now, for anyone who wants to print faster. Now, some companies may not take nicely to that, but if you're already a company like Sovol, who is already making open source products, I think they should embrace that.
Yes, because look, this is good that you brought this. We made this is the Sovol SV08 toolhead, and we are telling to our members, buy that toolhead because it is a very good package, money, bucks for the buck. How to is that?
I blanked on it too. It bang for your buck.
Bang for your buck. Okay, so for 60 something, less than $70, you are getting can toolboard. You are getting more than 30 millimeters cube per second flow. You are getting an eddy current probe, and other things like fans and stuff like this, an extruder and motor for this money. And I'm saying, okay, buy that and print this shroud, because this shroud, it will, with our design, it will improve a lot over the. So I am not saying that don't use their products.
Sure. But I think what happens is in some of these communities, it's like knee-jerk reaction, any commercial activity, right? Even if it's advertising a free design of your own, any commercial activity is frowned upon. And I think that's something that needs to change. Again, if you're going to welcome open source and you're going to make open source, you're going to say our products are open source friendly, then you have to support people who want to build on that platform, is my take.
Also another thing to say, I want to say this, I don't hope that they will understand it and they will not ban it. One day, one guy from the Facebook group asked, what toolboard should I buy? And I told him this toolboard from Big Tech, because it's very cheap and cost effective. And if you want, take this. It's an affiliate link, but I will give you also a coupon code for 5% less. So in my mind, I was helping the final customer to get it at a good price. So in my mind, I was bringing some value to that Facebook group,
Right.
and they wanted to ban me.
Yeah. And you know, part of what I've realized as well, talking to Jonathan from Keep Making, our multi-board on the
Mhm.
show, is there are some people who view this for whatever reason, whether it's because it's their pure hobby, but there are some people who view this in a kind of puritanical fashion. Like, this is a hobby and it's open source and it should be free because some of the stuff is free. It should all be free. And you won't convince them, right? My argument is, for selfish reasons, I want people like you and people like Christian and people like Jonathan and people like Armored Turtle and people like the Voron team. I want their full attention working on these projects so I can benefit from them, right? It's self-interest for me. I want them working on the things that myself and the community enjoy. And I understand, as a father, and someone who has a mortgage, I understand that the only way we're going to do that is by making sure that you can support your family. But these
For sure.
people see it as a hobby, and to them, it's you're encroaching on the spirit of open source, and I disagree with that. I just flatly disagree with it. Again, from pure self-interest, that I want to see smart people working on projects. It's the same, like, I've told this story probably a few times, but I used to use this software on my Mac. It's like an app launcher that allows you to do a lot of things without mousing around, right? And it was open source, great, but they just stopped developing it because everyone went and got high paid software jobs that was developing it. And
Mhm.
then someone else came along with VC money and just blew it out of the water. It's called Raycast. And now I use Raycast, and it's a shame because this open source project just died, even though I was contributing and some people were contributing. So it's frustrating to me, right? Like, I'm all down for open source, but I'm not down for the projects that I need and use to die, right? Now that I use a Voron, if they stop
Mhm.
developing, I'm kind of screwed. Like, I need my 2.4 to work. So I need the people
Sure.
who are developing on it to be compensated enough to keep the project alive. I rely on Clipper every day. If that thing falls apart because no one supports it, I'm screwed. So I disagree with this, and I don't think I'm surprising anyone, but I disagree with this puritanical approach to open source, and I believe we need a culture change. Let me change gears though and say and figure out, what are you guys working on right now? What are you excited about? Some people asked. We got a great question from Steve P. You know, now that the index is on the way, are you guys as excited about tool changers and MMXs, or are you guys pivoting to different solutions?
We we are excited tool changers because um, Index is a very good project, but it has also his limitations, and maybe it will not be available to can put it on any printer, or maybe you don't want to. You already have two or three hot ends. You already have two or three toolboards. You already have something. What you will do with them? You will throw them away, and you will go from scratch with another thing. You can still bring, because the firmware part, it has developed and went that good, and it's still improving and improving. And I think that on some printers, let's say on a bed slinger, you cannot put an index, but you can put an MMX.
Mm-hmm.
With the MMX, you get minimal purge. It's even it also depends what toolhead you are using, but with the proper combo, you get that little of a purge, and you can make it work without wasting a lot. I want to say hello to 3DHP.
Yeah.
he said that he didn't have the time to build his xenomorph. But I know that he has a 2 meter xenomorph, how to say, statue. but but he didn't have time to build the and hello. Let's go back to, so every project, because okay, Snapmaker released a bombed machine at a very good price, but the maker that he likes to screw things up, that he likes to do something with his hand, that maker, it will still need a project to work on.
Right. Right. I also, I mean, I don't want to piss anyone off, but I've heard rumors that, Index is not quite there. It's a very cutting edge, innovative technology. They're doing a lot of interesting stuff with inductive heating, and the people that I've talked to that have seen it in person have said it. No, they may not make the deadline. It's gonna take some time to perfect it. I'll say that. I think that's not controversial. I think they've said that themselves. So it's not like it's there in the way that tool changers are there. But also what I'm starting to be more and more excited about, and I can't say where I've seen things or who've shown me them, but a tool changer is not just a nozzle changer, meaning you can do other cool stuff. Just as an example, Jan was experimenting with putting permanent marker for support interfaces, right? I think that's interesting. I think the idea of pick and place is super interesting. Like, I'm getting really into the idea of captive nuts and things like that. And it's it's actually surprisingly easy to do if you just lay out a tray, on a large build surface like the Prusa XL. You lay out a tray of M3 nuts, organized in a certain way. You can use some kind of 3D printed sift. You lay them out and you just put a very small 3mm magnet. It's pretty easy to do the whole captive nut thing with a tool changer. And I think that's where tool changers go.
You can use an electromagnet.
Oh, that's
This is
smart.
a spoiler alert. We are using this on one of our projects.
Oh my God, that's very smart. Electromagnet. And now that so many of these tools have, instead of using eddy or whatever, they're using force sensors. Like the Nextruder uses, I'm blanking on the name. It's not a Hall effect, and it's not a piezo. But I mean, Revo has piezo built in. You can figure out, like, oh, if the nut is sideways instead of like this.
Cell.
Thank you, load cell. You can very quickly determine, wait a minute, the nut didn't go in correctly.
Yes, because you can calculate and report every force that it was applied or not, and also we can use vision. We can use vision to see if it is dropped in the place.
So that's exciting. So, imagine you had one tool that was like a camera tool. I mean, and especially if you start getting down, like
back in the days, it was back in the days I saw one tool changer with 3 heads, and the 4th head, it was a clicky probe.
Interesting.
You know that clicky it was also first level of tool changer, because it was something that you was going to pick it, use it, put it back.
True. So all this is to say that your adaptations of the Stealth Changer project are not dead. Far from it.
No, they are not. They are not dead. And also, we developed a new way in order to use eddy probe for probing, and not only for probing, for live Z offset.
For live Z. Oh wow.
Live Z offset.
It is interesting. So yes. Pick and place is something you guys are exploring.
Yes.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
I didn't want to talk about this, but you have your way to get.
I do. I learned it from my wife. I'm good at getting information out of people. So that's pretty interesting. Like I said, I think a lot of there's a lot of cool applications, right? Um, are you excited about non-planar 3D printing? Or not? Not yet.
Yes and not. Yes, because of the technology, not because it's not mainstream. And
Yeah.
I don't have the skills to play with the software. So I don't want to. I have an ADHD, and
Hmm.
I am in all over the place. I don't want another place to be like to develop a slicer of
Yeah.
software like this. When
Yeah.
it will be available, Christian has, I think, more than 2 years ago, he was telling me about 5-axis printer and how
Hmm.
we can make it. But he said, unfortunately, we don't have the skills to go further because of the software part. When the software part it will be closer than it is now,
Right.
for sure we can bring our uh, cut to the market. Let's say.
What's the dream for you guys? If I tell you dream big, 5 years from now,
Mhm.
is it to have like, you know Haman and AC Schnitzer, these like tuning houses?
Yes,
I'm sure
yes,
you know them. I don't know if people know them, but
yes.
they're like tuning houses that build just
like
upgrades for
like
BMW and
AMG it
AM
was a tuning house before
before it was
it
acquired.
went
Is
mainstream.
that kind of the vision, right? You guys become like a tuning
Yes.
house, or is it more like a Pininfarina? Like draw a picture for me. Let's like vision board for a second. Do you guys open up
Mm.
like a studio, a design studio? If everything goes perfectly in the next 5 years, where are you and Christian?
One of the dreams it was like this, to have a maker space
Hmm.
where we can do our dream, bring to the others that they cannot afford, or maybe because back in the days, some guys they said like this, a lot of makers they started with a broken ender and they
Yeah,
left the hobby because they didn't know what to do,
right,
or they didn't have the $1,000 to buy a Prusa.
right,
And you know that you don't need to start with a 1,000. You can start with
right,
2 or 300, and okay. And um, in that makerspace, to teach, like we are doing in a small, also shout out again to Dr. Lair. He's doing this for the Romanian community. He has a Discord server where he teaches tips and tricks for the 3D printing. I was doing also this, but I was doing it on TikTok, and I told him I was invited in one of the Romanian podcasts, and I said like this: I want to help with this because I know how it is to be in a place that you want to access some info, but you don't know who to ask.
right.
And in your last podcast, I saw one of the biggest flaws that I have is that I don't say that often when I'm posting um, a model how crazy perfectionist I am,
Oh
and
God,
this
yes.
why some of the comments, your design is bad, they don't go together,
Right,
and they don't know how many hours I spent to fine tune to perfection the printer so I can print it. Because look, when I saw you when you was building the tool changer, when I saw you hammering the parts to go together, I was going crazy.
I
My
bet.
design doesn't need the hammer; they snap together.
I bet. Now that you've seen the state of my printers and how little time I have to calibrate them, now you get it.
Yes.
I think that's interesting. Are
But
you at
yes,
all
I
worried
it
though
is.
about like the death of open source printing, or at least the fact that, it's become smaller and smaller as we get better and more polished printers? I mean, God, I went to Micro Center yesterday
It
here
is.
in the US, and there's just racks and racks of printers ready assembled from all the big,
They
brands.
get smaller. They get smaller, but the maker community, it doesn't get smaller.
Right.
They that much how they get smaller the project, let's say. And another thing, it will come to a period when the community, how look, if someone it was telling you some years ago, you know, that open source project that you like on the Mac,
Right.
it will die in 2 weeks if they will not pass this. For sure, you will did something to help them, to boost them, but you didn't know
True.
that.
True. True.
Okay, so it will come. It will come to a time that it will be one. You know that you need two hands to wash your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
True. That's interesting. I see it as one of two things happens. One, open source kind of dies because it's just the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore. Like, who's going to build a Voron when you can just buy a Bamboo situation? Or two, it grows in the way that like custom PCs have grown because people get into the hobby with a Bamboo and then say, I want to tinker.
If the open source it will die, all the other companies that they are not, they will die because they are based on open source projects. None of the company came with a brilliant idea from scratch. They are
Yeah.
using things that maybe they are not using one-to-one things,
True.
but they
It's true.
saw how they do it. They saw a vision. Because this is open source. I have
That's
an
true.
idea that millions of other creators, not only creators, designer, engineers, and stuff like this, because they are in a factory where they cannot see it. And
Right.
this is why I say open source with millions of great minds, they can go even further. Because if the open source community, the open source, not the makers, the mind behind, if they will collaborate, okay, the
Yeah.
designers, because there are a lot more than 50 3D printer design. If they will collaborate and say, look, I have this, you have this, okay, 100% they will go even further with the because I saw on some open projects when I was making my MMX, I saw that some they was because in the community, some of them they want to be the first that they release something, be the first
Right.
that they, okay, but it will be even better if you collaborate with someone else and together bring a greater idea, a bigger idea, or not only bigger, maybe the same idea, but with more support, with more functionalities, with
It's
easy
true.
to use.
And you know what gives me hope a little bit is I went into Micro Center yesterday and they have these
Mhm.
fancy displays, like tall racks with the Bamboo Lab sign and Creality, and they have like retail displays. Every single one of the H2Ds that were there had printed upgrades in the store where they're advertising them. Now I don't know if Bamboo encourages that. Every single one of them had some design that someone had created, whether it's a printable MMU holder or
Mhm.
screen covers or
Right.
some kind of riser, and that's the latest greatest model from Bamboo. So even the closed machines, even the retail store that's supposed to say this is the ultimate printer, even those guys are printing upgrades for the machines. And so if that's the attitude and the mindset of 3D printing as a hobby, period, then open source never goes away. Maybe people stop building their own printers, but upgrades, like upgraded fan cowls for the H2D or improved, filament paths, that stuff never goes away.
I want to tell you a story. I'm not 3D printed related, but you will get the idea. I was one day at the traffic light, and next to me it was your favorite. E46 M3,
Yep.
and he was revving the car. Wow, wow, wow. He was new to the town, Italian numbers. And I went next to him. I saw that the traffic light, it will be green very fast. Put it in first gear, ASP off. I had 4x4 and S3 tuned, and I jumped two cars in front and I went straight. And he was like this, come to me, what car is this? Because when he was revving the car, I opened the window and I said, "This is 1.6," and he get very mad. No, it's an M3. And, and the next traffic light, he came and what engine do you have? And they was 1.6, and he was dying. Okay. Back to our story. Someone told me your design has flaws. I printed on my Bamboo Lab, it didn't work. Just a second. If you bought a Bamboo Lab, this doesn't mean that you are the greatest 3D printer ever.
Sure.
Or the greatest maker ever. If they are very perfected, let's say, they are very close to the calibrated, okay? But if you are using their stuff, if you are putting other filament brand, let's say, another pay, and they will be differences. So don't tell me this, because I will go crazy. And I had some
Dr. Layer wants to know. He wants to know if you see a future where you make upgrades for Bamboo Lab printers.
I wanted to do this, but since it's not open source, I didn't find even that the request to make a toolhead for the Bamboo Lab is very big. We get a lot of messages, but I didn't find the to spend to buy a printer just to dismantle it and to make an upgrade for it, because I cannot afford to recover the money from the 50-60 guys that maybe they will pay $3 to get. So I wanted, after that I had an idea, but now our friend from Proper Design, he already made the video to make a Bamboo Lab with Clipper, but he went with RepRap. Yes. Yeah. And since he started this, I don't want to make it. But Dr. Lair insisted, and he, with his community, they said that they bought an A1 to send it to our headquarters to start making mods for it. So if it will arrive, yes, we will make.
Amazing. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end. Nadir, I want to ask, how can people support you? What's the best way to support you and your work and check you out? We'll have links in the description, but how can we help you?
Wait, for now, we have community on printables, so they can become a member on printables, or on YouTube. They can become a member, or if they want to be one-time supporters, I think on printables, on some of the models listed, we have also a PayPal account. Your mic.
Well, Eli says the podcast is over, right, Eli? Please don't show your face on camera, little dude. Nadir, we will put links in the description. My kids just walked in the door, so we're going to call the show. But thank you very much for coming on, and thanks. I just don't want him to show himself on a live stream.
Okay. Say hello to Ari and Eli.
I will, and thanks for all you do for the community, my friend. And thanks to everyone who tuned in live.
And also, I want to thank to our members that they support us, and for the chat that was here,
yes.
And for the more than 50 members online. Thank you.
Amazing.
Hope that you smash the like button.
Indeed. All right, my friend, let me take us out and we can debrief. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Infill Podcast. For show notes or links to anything mentioned in today's episode, visit thenextlayer.com. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave us a review wherever you're listening, or click the like button to let us know. And consider subscribing to The Next Layer on YouTube so you can tune in live and participate in the next conversation. We'll see you on The Next Layer.